Cool. So I'm going like completely unnatural. These little chats away. So I'm doing something completely unnatural. It doesn't really matter. No need for a mic. I've been really busy with doing, been really busy doing business, right? And other stuff, just trying to create revenue streams and whatnot. And I know, isn't that light annoying? So I'll just stand like this. I'm really busy getting revenue streams going, and I have not been able to focus on, I don't know, there's a lot of things, right? It's messaging. How do we change the world, right? What's the way? See, I've been very interested in, for a few years, cybersecurity, how to not get hacked, how to talk with large Fortune 1000 companies. Been a social worker in the past, trying to help individuals and groups to hack themselves, and just keep thinking. My brain just keeps like, no. What's the big why? How can I get to the mothership? How can I get to the mothership? Where is all this trickling from? You see a little water spout drip, drip, dripping, but maybe if you trace it back up into its little cribbin, that maybe that the sources for a lot of the problems we have, whether it's on a local level, a societal level, global level, is very much more closer to solving than we think. What's happening with our world, I believe, is that the fire that has brought us together as a tribe. Some got cocky and took the fire elsewhere, which isn't necessarily bad, but sometimes when it doesn't, when you get selfish with it or get cocky with it, eventually things spread. So if the fire is centered and people have light and illumination to dance and bailamos and drink, have good times, that's good. But sometimes fire can burn things up. And now we've got so many different tribes, so many different big T's that are now hammering other people out. And so people get really cocky with their truths. And that ranges for all religions, paradigms, not all religions. It goes for I would just say dogmas. I'm just gonna go right now with a hashtag, let go of the dogma. Dogma, that's just dogging people. I think we need to become our own dogs and come together as a pack again. And I think that we are unlearning, we are letting go of, through knowledge, asking why, or being exposed to, then like why, we're realizing that, we're realizing why have we been getting, why have we been angry with each other? Why are we fighting? Wait a second. Why are we fighting religious wars? Why are we arguing over borders? Why are we arguing about the color of our skin? Why are we arguing about, fill in the fucking blank. Why? Because you know why? We decided to answer the biggest why question of all time. For me anyways, I'll just say this in my opinion. We have not answered the question why we are here. Many of you think you know why you're here. And I would ask that a large amount of people, because they have solved that in their own head, because of some head of a big T told you, and you decided to listen and agree without asking enough questions, now you're hammering everybody around you. And so my excitement is that the keys to the universe are within. Asking why helps us to discover the answers, discover next steps to adventure. Asking why am I here? Why am I here? That's a big question, right? We don't necessarily know. But if you decided to choose a book or choose whatever you want, to say, yes, this is why, then now you have to go with those rules. Have you gone through all those rules? Do you know why those rules came there? Were you there? If you're not there, how do you know? And then you can challenge me and say, well, how do you not know? And I'm saying, well, I didn't say I wanted to know or not know. I just said I'd like to dance, and I'd like to just play, work hard, create cool stuff. And as we do that, we bring people together, which fuses a light. And then maybe the aliens will come to our light and all that kind of stuff. Or God, whatever it is, okay? Call me crazy, you can say all that. I'm just going to be like, everybody can just go chase the whatever. How about we just get together and we just have a good, just create a better world by getting along, by not trying to jump ahead and answer questions that maybe we don't know completely just yet. We do know that it's very probable that if I slap myself, I feel a little bit from the proprioceptors, nanoreceptors, I forget what it's called, proprio, I think, your pain receptors. So I feel that. That hurts. Because you know, tickling actually is that type of pain. At least that's what they labeled it. Point is that let's start with from the ground up and work with the things that are in our environment. And do you know how much we can solve? Do you know how much we can solve? It's mind-boggling. There's so much to talk about. The biggest key, I'm just going for it, and I'll try to break it down in a series or something like that. But I think one of the biggest keys to begin to illumine and to be able to have a very clear, laser focus, ability to ask why, remember what you heard and seen, is to get rid of fear. I'm going to turn this music off. So the biggest, I think so in order to understand, in order to really be a recipient, a receptacle, I guess we could use that, for the full amount of water, of truth, is to not have a lid on it, or not to have like holes in it where it doesn't all get in, it spills over. To be fully open is to hack your fear. And in order to hack your fear, you have to understand, why are you afraid in the first place? What told you to be afraid? Don't look right, don't talk right, don't remember right, don't move right, don't smell right. Fill in the blanks. And I would say a massive amount of foundation is built, what? In the beginning. Where's the foundation built? In the house, right? At the bottom, starting from the bottom. So your foundation as a child is so massively important to look at, to consider, because that's where a lot of messages permeate for the rest of your life. And to be aware of those is extremely, I think it's very likely it is very helpful to help unwind mixed messaging, bad messaging. I've met people in my life where they are full-grown adults, and their outcome, their manifested actions are damaging. Some are killers, some are rapists, some are just vindictive, mean, grumpy people, liars, people that are chronically, pathologically lying, by just being born and told that they're a mistake, or beat, or smothered, shut down by the one unit that's supposed to bring that flower to life. It's like this seed that was put on a rock. I heard about this story the other day, but anyways, there's a seed on a rock, and if it's built on a stone cold slap in your face experience, how's that going to grow? However, what I've discerned is that there's still chance, there's still an opportunity for adults that maybe they can still, even though some people would say they're set in their ways, I think it's still hackable. I think it's really, those that are abused, obviously at a child's age range, is definitely hackable, because it's just about knowing what rock hit them, where are they located, where in their head, where in their timeline did they get hurt, and then you take that seed and we figure out how to put it in the dirt, how to put it in the soil, how to water it appropriately, not too intensely, because each seed is different, because it's fragile, it's not strong, but there's light in there. And so, I'm going to stay focused here in terms of going back to fear. I think once you are able to unwind the messages that you've gotten, once you can feel alive, I've been through my dark times, in and out, up and down, and I feel like I've never been better in my entire life. I am making more, I'm touching things, they're turning into good, actions I'm making are very good, and it's getting better and better. With my fear, there's this pruning process where, like, when you get hit so hard with something, divorce, custody battle, job didn't follow through, girl didn't work out, relationships, man, when those things break, it breaks you, and it's really hard. But there's recovery. There's definitely opportunity to boom from there. And so I'm in this spot where it's like I've been pruned so hard that I've come back, and now it's like I can just take in the water of truth, take in the water of experience and opportunity, fear, a lot of it gone, so that I can ask the why of a lot of different things and discover not only those subjects or those matters, those situations, but the interconnected patterns within all of them. And I'm still learning, I'm still growing, but we have an ecosystem, we've got nature, and all that's connected. And even if you think that there's an island over there and molecules are spread everywhere in the atmosphere, in the tables, in the computers, in the trees. I mean, we're all it's all connected. Everything is connected. So I get to be able to discover, with the lack of fear that I have, being able to discover a lot of patterns and understanding, okay, what are the next steps to adventure into discovering what is the biggest why. Why are we here? Or why does this work like this? Or why is it all, why are we quarreling like this? Why is there so much crime? Why is there so much homelessness downtown? Why did we pass this law to do that? Why are we so into capitalism? And I mean, like, why are we trying to make money? Meaning, why are we not just trading? Why aren't we like, he fixes cars, they create really good food, this person does incredible fabric, and we all just, here you go, who needs what? You need food, you need this, you need that, you work, and you twerk, and you have fun, and you get to all that, and it just works out. I know it's a hard thing to understand. It's kind of like, Dave, you got to make money. There's good, there's various forms of capitalism, and I am thinking maybe there's not. I think maybe most of us are trying to sell something, and I don't want to sell anything. Okay, so now I'm going to ask myself this question, David. Why are you trying to close a cybersecurity deal with various forms of the government? Well, because I think there's some infrastructure that needs help. I do need revenue, and we're in a culture right now where we're not trading a whole lot. There are times where I do get to trade. I'll do photos or a website or a video for janitorial service. Someone clean my house. Don't even look at my house. She's coming today, hopefully. But we're getting there. So yes, am I still participating in our global setup? In the way the ecosystem is right now? Yeah. Are there blue pools? Are there places where the biodomes are just right and the people are all in an isolated situation where they're just living off the land and trading and loving and dancing and doing? Yeah, there are places like that. Have I been there? No. So can I say for sure? It's just from what I've heard. And just basically based on what I think is possible, I think I would be shocked if we don't have that already. In many places, actually. Many places where people have formed a trust and based on action, and it only capitulates, exacerbates, propagates, grows, and establishes a beautiful environment for, superhumans, I don't know, but really cool stuff. I just want us to do that now with everybody. I feel like we're headed that way anyways. Through technology, we are connecting to each other. We're able to talk to each other easier. We're able to do video content. Like I'm doing video, right? Really, it's like a place where we can organize our thoughts, have some cool effects to be accepted. I mean, it's like a window. It's like a window into each other's lives. And some people are using it for sales. Some people are just trying to get popular. So a lot of people are just trying to benefit their ego. And then there's some that are just doing it because I found something. I see the light. I see some cool stuff. And I think that there's still a window though. Like we need to. It'd be very interesting to see technology shut off for just a day. I mean, what I really want is everybody to experience what it's like to be in front of somebody that you love and a group that you love where you're really physically connected. I mean, think about the relationship with, the mother and the child, the father and the child, the baby is born, the touch, the love, it's supposed to be the most intimate time. And then when you make love, the most intimate time, where there's the oxytocin, your serotonin levels, everything is elevated, and that's throughout life. When things get connected, they create this beautiful light and life, and I think that something's happening. This technology is connecting all of us. It's like from the fire back in the day. Now we have this fire today, and this is fire. This is all fire. It's bringing us together. Do you see that, right? Like it's just creating. It's like in our brains we have neurons and it's all interconnected. I mean, everything's connected, but now we're getting hyper connected. And yes, there's good news, bad news, false news, whatever news, but it's happening nonetheless. We're able to travel across the world in no time. We're able to connect with our friends from childhood. We're able to send a quick text and a hashtag and people see what we're trying to say. I'm excited for our future. I think that there's been a lot of books that have been written that have a lot of synonymous meaning throughout the world in religions that have some reach down to the earth, some reach up to there to explain what's going on. Some people reach this way to see that it's very human type of connections and stuff in terms, and I'm talking about religion and stuff. And so there's these symptoms, and you see these things. It's like, okay, that book said that too, and that one said that too. There's the big boat, and there's this big tower, and then there's these big 15, 16 foot people back in the day. They came down from the stars. There's these things that are interesting and patternistic throughout the world, and that's great, except for when people decide to say that that's it. Instead of backing it up, take a step back and see what we're also doing, creating the books of today. We're creating books all the time. We're collecting information from our observation, and we're producing probabilities and formulas so that we can understand everything. We're just a curious organism. We're trying to understand what we are. I think through every subject possible, from anthropology to math, psychology, architecture, the medical field. All we're doing is we're just trying to understand how something works, how to heal, how to feel, how to improve, how to grow, how to know. And so many of us, including myself, have gotten caught in a fantastic distraction. MVP of the month. The girl of my dreams. The family. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that we get caught up. I'm getting caught up in this pattern that I created. You know, I'm getting caught up in this, and I'm not saying I did, but I'm getting caught up in like this fire, and I'm gonna go over here. See you guys later, toodaloos. And you're like, whoa, 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 chill out, keep it all here. Like, go hang out. I mean, just explore a little bit, but know the bigger picture. Know the bigger picture. We don't know the bigger picture. That's the thing. We don't know. So let's keep playing and keep having a good time. But don't try to take this little piece of the fire and be like, hey, this is it. Because it's like, no, you just grabbed a piece of it. You just have a piece. You got to bring the pieces together and illumine. And maybe we'll find some stuff out in terms of like the bigger whys of existence and other things. I was just gonna do a rap based on the minutes on the clock, like 6:08. It's time to relate. Oh my God, I don't want to gestate. I want to keep it going because I want to create a knowledge, a dream, a portion of this that right now that I can see, because I want you not to be like me, but to be like you and he and she and all we become us again. But I'm gonna do that maybe in a second, another segment. But I'm getting very. I'm not overwhelmed yet. I'm just like just getting a download, because I've always questioned. I've always been a frustrated child since I was born. I don't know since I was born, but for sure since I was a child, in the single digits, like probably like around 4 or 5, maybe 6. And it's created this unique thing where I've got a lot of energy, got a lot of good stuff that's happened in my life, but then there's been stuff where like I just created, there's just things where, when you calm down, you can see more instead of like, whoa, and so like, I don't know, it's cool to be where I'm at now, 35, and gone through some experiences that really took me out, where I'm just like, this is impossible. This can't happen to me. I'm a nice person. Like, why did I get taken advantage of, or whatever it is, and then feel like really like I get pretty processed. And then it's crazy. It's crazy, but then that pruning process produces fruit beyond anything, and so it's fruitful time for me, and but I have to still pay attention. I have to make sure that I don't take the fruit and indulge, because then that's a distraction. Because then I'm stuck taking the fruit and I'm not sharing, and there goes that fire, and I get distracted. Or distracted by the fire, like, ooh, look at the fire, and then I stumble in it, right? Instead of like continuing to bring people together, because we bring that fire. We have to go collect the wood. We have to continue to work, dance, but also pay attention to all the factors that need to be brought to that fire. I've been a part of things where it's like you're dancing and having a great time, but most, a good portion of people are focused on, okay, I'm having a great time, but I'm also mindful that that person might need some help, or that person needs some water, or that person is being a little rude, or I need to, whatever it is. But it's like being able to be doing multiple things at once, where you can dance, where you can commiserate, and you can also prevent, maintain the fire, maintain the happiness, by just paying attention to all the things that are going on around you. So you can do multiple things. Again, have fun, but also make sure that the fun is also structured and is also being tended for, and all things are right, etc., etc. So yeah, wow, long talk, and gosh, thanks for watching. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. I wanted to be exciting, but maybe this time not so much. So that's all I got.